I'm here today in Northridge, California, outside of Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm here to give you a little bit of an update on this restaurant. Some of you probably know I did a video a few months back on this place because one of my subscribers had sent me a message telling me that this was the last or one of the last Chuck E. Cheese to have not received the full remodel. Like it still had all of their 80s and 90s decor. And so I came over here to show that. And of course, a lot of you left me comments telling me that this is not the last old school Chuck E. Cheese. It's not the last one to have animatronics. But to be fair, I had never said that this was the last one to have animatronics. What I had said was this was supposedly the last one to have not been remodeled since the 90s, and it still had a lot of the 80s and 90s decor. Also, like I stated in that first video, I was just going by the information that was given to me. I don't work for Chuck E. Cheese. I have not traveled the country going to all the different Chuck E. Cheeses, so I don't know how many of them have or haven't received remodels, but I did know that this one was in fact getting one, and all of that 80s and 90s decor would soon be gone, and they did in fact receive that remodel. You can see the sign has been changed. I have not been inside yet, so I don't know how much inside has changed. However, what I do know is Chuck E. Cheese released a video just a couple of days ago with a press conference with the animatronics, and they announced that this location, the Northridge location, was going to be the only one in the nation that was going to receive the remodel, but also keep the animatronics. Now again, this is information coming from Chuck E. Cheese, not from me. There might be other locations that still have the animatronics, but they may have not gotten the full remodel yet. So this was going to be the only one that would receive the remodel, but still have the animatronics. And they said that they're doing this to celebrate the upcoming anniversary, and also with the hopes that people from all around the country would come to Northridge to enjoy the animatronics. I don't know how many people are gonna travel from around the country. I'm sure some people will, but yeah, so like I said, I have not been inside yet. I don't know how much has changed, but we're gonna head in there now and I'm gonna show you what's going on. So let's go see what we can find. All right, so we're about to head inside. You can see they've changed the outside of the restaurant just a little bit, kind of changed the colors. They've made them, I don't know, not as kid-friendly. The browns and grays, it's not very colorful. Doesn't really look like a kid's restaurant anymore. And they did, of course, change that sign above the counter. That was another thing that I pointed out that I really liked. They had that old school Chuck E. Cheese mascot above the counter. It's been changed and swapped out with the new Chuck E. Cheese. Everything here in the front pretty much looks the same. They got the drink station, the salad bar, you know, where you order your food. They've got the pickup area, and then they still have the prize station where you can pick out your prizes, which pretty much looks the same. Looks like a lot of the same prizes too.
Available everywhere now.
So things actually don't look a lot different in here. They've upgraded the booths, changed some of the games. And then here is the party room where the band was, or still is. So let's go check it out. Now there it is, the band is still here singing a Spanish song. It doesn't look like they've done much to, doesn't look like they did much work on the band. The band is still kind of moving the same way. They did add the dance floor. They added a giant video screen. They changed all of the decor on the wall. All of the old 90s decor is gone. Oh, look, that light got saved. Okay, so I was somewhat mistaken. The band wasn't performing. I guess they just constantly kind of move now. So that was just the music that was playing on the TVs up here. And the band is just kind of, they're just moving. But I just asked them when the band actually performs. And I guess now they only perform for the birthday parties. So that's a disappointment. You can see the room is set up for birthday parties. Right now, there's nobody here. Like literally, there's no one else in the restaurant. They've been open for about a half hour, and I am the only one in here. It's me and my wife and son. But it looks like they are going to be having some birthday parties here this afternoon. I, however, will not try and film someone else's birthday party. But here's the animatronics. You can see they're still here. And you know what? It looks like they did fix up the animatronics a little bit. Yeah. His hand doesn't appear to be as broken. I remember before it looked like he had a broken wrist. Looks like they fixed up his wrist. And actually, the animatronics aren't as loud anymore. Like when they move. They're definitely still loud. You can still hear them. And like I said, back here is where they had all of those album cover parodies. It is cool that they added this video screen. It's a nice touch. But those album cover parodies, those were a lot of fun. Happy birthday. Another thing that I was noticing is it seems like they sucked out a lot of the fun from Chuck E. Cheese. Just my opinion, but it's kind of like how when you look at the way McDonald's looked in the 80s versus the way McDonald's looks now, it kind of looks like a dentist's office. And they're almost going for the same thing. Like the decor is kind of bland. Again, just my opinion. And up here too, they had that old school sign that I had pointed out last time that I really liked. And it also is gone. Replaced with the newer mascot right there. Last time I was here, I pointed out that one of my favorite things was the signs on the bathroom door, which have sadly been replaced. No more of those old school Chuck E. Cheese signs. Here is the, this was the room that had all of the, like the kids' rides and stuff. That's all gone. We've replaced it with more games. That old school signage that was on the walls, that's gone. Like I said, the booths have been upgraded. All right here in the middle of this room is where they had all of the rides, where you could ride in the car with Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. That's all gone. Well, they're still using the old school Chuck E. Cheese motto, where a kid can be a kid. Oh, and I stand corrected. They didn't get rid of those kids' rides. They just moved them into the other room. Hey, there's the one where you ride with Chuck E. Cheese. They've got the Ark, the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. So yeah, they kept a lot of the same stuff. They just rearranged. I think probably the biggest change is the party room. Just the look of it is different. It definitely had a more vintage look before. And here's how that interactive dance floor works. I guess this is exciting for kids. It's kind of fun, right? You can kick stuff around. It's like a giant touch screen. Oh, that's cool. It's not so bad that they put this in, but they still kept the band. And you know what? I think that's another thing that might have got saved right above the stage. Now, one thing that I just noticed is every booth now has an electrical outlet because, you know, obviously people can't leave the house without being able to charge their phones. That's definitely something that's changed since the 80s and 90s, right? We didn't need electrical outlets when we left the house. We were able to leave the house and just be in the moment and enjoy ourselves. But now we have to be able to charge our devices. Over in the main room, you can see all of the booths have electrical outlets. Oh, not just electrical outlets, but they also have the USB ports on them. It's convenient, I'm not gonna lie. It's just kind of ridiculous. And this is kind of what I was talking about, how they're just kind of made everything boring. Like, you know, just everything's like white and gray, like even the trash cans, like nothing has any color on it. Like all the decor is just very bland and not colorful. It's just doesn't have a kid feel. It's you know, almost as if they're trying to make it an adult restaurant, but it's not an adult restaurant. It's full of kids games. So, I don't know, kind of weird. And this might be one game here left over from old times because to me, that looks like the older Chuck E. Cheese mascot. Am I wrong? It looks like 90s Chuck E. Cheese, right? Pretty sure. I know it's definitely not, it's not that guy. I think that's 90s Chuck E. Cheese. So I think this game is probably left over from the 90s. Oh, look, it even has some vintage graffiti on it. But they still got the basketball game. They still got the skee ball, which I'm sure is probably the same skee ball games. And yet another machine that survived the remodel, the sketchbook, even though it appears to not be working right now. But they do still have it. And it's got that old school mascot on there. Very 90s looking. Well, this is a pretty fun and interesting game. Look at that. You gotta spray the ducks and get them into the tunnels. I've never seen this before. I gotta say, this is kind of cool. Although this is probably supposed to be aimed at little kids, I think this is kind of cool. Another thing I noticed, it seems like they're playing a lot more Kids Bop now, kind of geared towards pre-teens. So that might be a lot more irritating for the parents. I know I'm pretty irritated, and I've only been in here about 10 minutes. I found another one that might have been saved from back in the day because, again, it's got that older logo on it. All right, here we go. We're gonna play the Super Bonus from the 90s. What'd you get? 3 tickets. Congratulations. Wait, did you just get 100? Yeah. Oh. Now you're gonna be able to get an eraser. Your prize is below. Or a Tootsie Roll. All right, it's prize time. Let's see. What do you have? 117?
But I also got like a bunch of others, like 15, 50.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what.
So you're not sure exactly what you have.
Let's see, I can get.
For 500 tickets, you can get this stretchy hand, this pointy finger.
What is it? What is this, 150? Glasses?
Sunglasses.
Oh.
Oh.
I see.
I'd get those if I were you.
Yeah. I want the stretchy hand.
Definitely not getting anything off the back wall, that's for sure.
Yeah, I kind of want those.
What? The Paw Patrol play pack? Is that what you want? Well, last time I was here, I said goodbye to the band and said that it would probably be the last time I would ever see them in person, but here we are. And it turns out that I guess they're gonna be here for quite a while, so I guess now we'll just say, see you next time. A lot of that signage in the front is gone. However, the no firearms allowed, that's still there, but they did get rid of the no smoking sign because that's now just kind of a given in California, at least. I think most places. All of those magazine covers are gone. All right, well, we had a productive morning at Chuck E. Cheese. You got some prizes. This is what $20 worth of stuff looks like. I gotta say though, I thought, you know, like I said, I thought he'd be able to get a Tootsie Roll and maybe a pencil. Got quite a few things. All useless junk that he doesn't need, but whatever. It's fun, and he had fun playing the games, and that's all that matters. So that's it. Chuck E. Cheese Northridge, not a drastic change. They did change a lot of stuff, but I thought I was gonna walk in and it was gonna be a very drastic change. But when you walk in, the restaurant still pretty much looks the same, but then as you kind of walk around and start to notice all the little stuff, you know, like I pointed out, the magazine parodies are gone, the album cover parodies are gone, the booths have been changed, they're not quite as colorful. Just all the little stuff has been changed. Things have been updated, but for the most part, the restaurant still looks the same, and a lot of people are gonna be happy that the animatronics are still here and supposedly are here to stay. So I guess that's good news for Chuck E. Cheese fans. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.